ShiftUp really needs to stop making Tetra units. For those of you who don't know, even though most of you know, the amount of Tetra units in comparison to any other manufacturer is kind of disgusting. As you can see, this is all Tetra, and right now Tetra is almost the size of Elysion and Missilis combined, which is kind of stupid, right? We don't talk about Pilgrim because it's a special case, and we don't talk about Abnormal because it's even more of a special case. So today I want to talk a little bit about Tetra, why it's a problem that they are releasing so many characters in a row of the same manufacturer, how this affects the players, the grind, and hopefully how they can fix it long term. Hello internet, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi. Today's topic, Tetra manufacturer. Tetra overabundance is not just an annoyance, but an actual problem. Our brother here, R-Hubes, made a post 3 days ago. Let's go over this, and I also want to add my own input on some of the stuff where he is wrong and some of the stuff that I believe he is right, and add some extra context. So, as I'm sure you've all seen, based on leaks and silhouettes, the summary units looks to be both Tetra units. They are both Tetra units, making it 5 banners in a row, all Tetra. A lot of people see this as just an annoying thing, but there are legitimate problems this causes in the game and makes some of the systems in place worse. Let me explain. To start, the OL gear economy is as scarce as can be. The RNG component makes it difficult to get manufactured gear that you need, and the Tetra saturation makes it worse getting overloaded gear for Tetras than other manufacturers. All of my Elysian units are fully geared, but I have a ton of holes in Tetra gear because of how many that they release. As more get added, this problem just keeps getting more and more severe, while I have Elysian gear sitting that is just stockpiling at this point. This is complete RNG. There is some people who will have most of the Tetra units built. There is some people who will have a lot of them not built, right? So in my case, I have plenty of Tetra characters that I have built already. So in my case, it's not a problem of getting Tetra gear per se, but I can build a novel, or they have the pieces ready, right? In my case, it's more of getting specific pieces that you need when you are kind of fucked, right? And we get already into the characters that don't have them, but Rosanna still has a full set, Viper missing one, and then we go into characters that are missing some pieces already, right? So when we get into these things, it's complete RNG. Some people will get completely obliterated by Tetra because how many there are, it's easier to get fucked, get into specific pieces of gear. For me, for example, is Pilgrim Attacker. I have 4 characters, right? And then that's it. I'm missing helmets for absolutely everyone else because RNG just doesn't give it to me. Even if I wanted to put the whole set on her, as you can see, she's missing the helmet. Even if I wanted to put it in Savella, she would be missing the helmet. So it's complete RNG, but he has a point that it's easier to get shafted on Tetra just because the sheer amount of units we get. The all gear itself, the whole system, it's bad, really bad. Now we could sit here and say, let's wait for September until we see the new special interception and the rewards and the system to exchange gear from one manufacturer to the other. But that took a year and a half, and that does not fix the issue for example, manufacturer towers. Up until now, it was really hard outside of Tetra and Pilgrim, even Pilgrim for free-to-play players and casuals to get the full team progress outside of Tetra, right? Now we have kind of a team for every tower, but the Legion is still the one getting shafted the most. So there is a lot of issues in regards to just releasing one manufacturer constantly while you have content that requires specific manufacturers only, right? So yes, all gear economy is bad, not only scarce, it's bad, and they need to fix this. We'll see after summer. I don't trust ShiftUp with this type of systems because once again, time and time again, they haven't fixed this type of stuff. Yes, in terms of content and characters, they can deliver 50-50. When it comes to systems in-game, they can deliver, and they have not delivered in a year and a half. Let's keep going with this though. All gear issues hurt veterans, but new players suffer from the inflation too, mainly in the form of the wishlist. The Tetra pool is becoming so inflated that getting the Tetra meta units, or just the ones you want, is disproportionately difficult compared to the other manufacturers due to how many of the meta units are Tetra. And this is not really true. Because it's true if you are looking for characters you like, and there is a lot of Tetra units, but if we talk about meta characters, it's not true, right? Because you get bunnies, and then they are limited. You literally get bunny girls, and the other characters you need are limited. It's Exult Mommy, and it's Summer Anis, right? Then there's Alice. It's those 5 characters on the top. That's it. Of course, there's a volume if you need a big one. Summer Mary if you need a good healer, which again, it's a limited character. Dola, it's getting phased out even on the CDR. The new Alice if you want another healer. But again, there is like there is not that many characters in Tetra that are really meta. They have more options than any other manufacturer, even for PvP and PvE with Biscuit and other characters, but it's not more meta than, let's say, Missilis, than Pilgrim, than any other manufacturer, right? Elysion it's its own special case because Shift Up clearly has something against deletion, but let's not get into that. And he keeps going saying, if you want to progress in the game, it's incredibly difficult to recommend people to just wishlist the bulk of Tetras, units they might want, and even just one for the meta front. There is more than 5 Tetras you need. Not really. Either you care about meta progression or you care about collecting your waifus. There is not an in-between in here, right? If you don't care enough about min-maxing your account, which most people do not care, I do not care even myself, then it's just go for the characters you like, because you will be able to build a decent team to carry you through the whole normal campaign. And that's the only thing that matters. Hard campaign, most folks do not care, and it's not even worth doing for one pull every time you finish a whole chapter, right? So, no. So I kind of agree with this point, but it's not as bad for the wish list or for people to get units they like. There is 120 characters. It's a problem in general getting characters you like, no matter if you use the wish list or the rate tab banner, right? Just because how many units Shift Up releases on a monthly basis. That's another issue rather than just Tetra, but yeah. And then on the note of Elysion, to give you an idea of how silly this is, there has been 4 Elysion units released in the last year and 2 months. Summer event will be a 5 Tetras in a row over a span of not even 2 months. That is completely ridiculous. There are about to be as many Tetra units as Elysion and Missiles combined, yes. There are most post-release Pilgrims than Elysion units. Shift Up to better. This is not true. And I thought this was true. But no, I went and checked and did a small double check in here, right? And I went over all the units, and this is the list of characters released from Elysion and from Pilgrims. Now, it is getting pretty close. It's getting really, really close, but a lot of people forget Elysion units. Helm was the first banner. D was a banner. Anchor is a free unit, but it count as an Elysion release. Summer Neon, Query, Mass, Summer Helm, Miss Marcy, Maid Privateer, The Killer Wife, in comparison to Pilgrim's release, Scatter Black Shadow, Red Hood, Dorothy, Small White Nihilista, Modernia, Crown. I might have missed a Pilgrim, I don't think I did, but that's the list. Now, I'm not saying, oh, look, Elysion has 3 more units, so it's not that bad. No, it's bad. It is bad. In comparison to Missiles, in comparison to Tetra, it's bad that Elysion is so bad that Pilgrims are almost catching up to how many characters we have. It is really bad. But I'm just saying that, it's kind of false that we have the same amount of units. There are not more post-release Pilgrims than Elysion units. Still, they do need to do better. I do agree. Shift Up do better? Yeah, 100%. There is so many systems in game that need a rework, that need some extra love. So many characters. I want to make a video on the treasure system. I've been waiting a little bit. People have done the math already on how long it takes. People have been testing characters. We're still missing Freema. That's the only one I haven't tested. I have access to Diesel as well, but not Phase 3. I need to wait for Phase 3 for Diesel because it's more important than the other characters. And so I'm going to be waiting like a couple of days and I'll make a video on it, but I'm not happy with the system, and even less when you compare it to other games that have done exactly the same as Nike, but 10 times better. So TLDR, Tetra oversaturation makes the all gear economy worse, collection for newcomer worse, and Elysion is getting completely shafted while they'll still push manufacturer as a gameplay impacting element. I don't think they push it as a gameplay impacting element because outside of the Thrive Tower, there is no restrictions. And I wish there was more restrictions. I actually hope they do a solo raid where you cannot use SMGs. Because now you need to make 5 teams outside of the meta building teams, right? Now you actually need to do team building. You have to think, okay, there is no SMGs, what do I do? Or if they do one solo raid where you cannot use wind characters. Now you have to think, because there is no more SBS, there is no more bunnies, there is no dollar for the CDR, right? That would be amazing. But they don't want to do that. Clearly, Nikkei is going to be always a casual game. They have a lot of issues, and releasing so many Tetra units, it is one of those problems. That said, though, do let me know what you guys think about having so many Tetra characters in comparison to the other manufacturers. That's going to be it for this one. Just wanted to talk a little bit about this situation, because I saw this post the other day. We talked about this a little bit on a stream yesterday, but I wanted to make an actual video. So that said, that's going to be it for this one. Do let me know your opinion on Mustang, the best manufacturer CEO, right? Hope you have a good day, bossos. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. You can join them with the link in the description down below. Good luck with your pool diners. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。